And now we are live, and now it's time to say hello to everyone. Say hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
So everyone's watching. They might have questions for you. We'll find out. Okay? Hello, everyone. How are all of you doing? This is the unplanned adjustment to the weekly live. Yes, Rebmi, I saw your comment already. No, Rafiki does not have thoughts on the unplayed campaign games I have, although I will say I tried to get rid of Ankh and Zombicide Undead or Alive. Which one did you keep? Which one did you want me to keep? Egyptian game. It's called Ankh. He wanted me to keep the Egyptian game. But basically, the short version is as follows. Rafiki's home from school today, sick, and today's our weekly live day. And I like doing our weekly live day, and so Rafiki, why are you sick?
Because I threw it up.
He threw it up. He threw it up. So he's home from school today. But past that, the plan of doing the campaign games was a plan. It's still a plan until like 10 minutes before going live. Rafiki decided to come downstairs and say, hey, I want to hang out with you. So now we're not doing the campaign games video, the campaign games live discussion, which I was totally planning on doing. But instead, yes, Meg, BGC is getting arrested over here. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a regular weekly live Q&A, although if you do have any questions towards Rafiki, I have no clue how long he stays here. At any point, he may decide that he's bored with the video and he may decide to leave. When that happens, he's gone. Until then, you can ask him whatever questions you want, and I will relay the questions over to him so you can figure out what kinds of questions you want to hear from Rafiki on. Hello. I see there's a new box set up for your speaker cubby. Yes, there is. So, fun fact, Brian. The other day, and Meg might resent me here for doing this without her, but the other day, I filmed my Games Leaving the Collection end-of-year final purge. Basically, I set up my little vlog cam and walked around my room and went through all my shelves and got rid of a whole bunch of games. One of those games was in that cubby over there where I finally gave up on it. And so a bunch of games are leaving. What's your favorite game, Rafiki? Someone just asked.
Zombie Kids.
Zombie Kids?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You like Zombie Kids the most?
Yeah.
Awesome. Zombie Kids is his favorite game. Anyways, yeah, so we did an end-of-year purge, and that's filmed. It's going to go up at the end of the year at some point, but that's going to be my Games Leaving the Collection for December. Is going to be my end-of-year purge, where I just made a bunch of hard decisions. And there are some really hard decisions in there, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Anyways, let's go ahead and find out what's going on over here. Everyone, BGC getting arrested? Yes, indeed. Rafiki, why are you wearing a cop costume? Why are you a police officer?
Because I want to.
Because you want. That's a great reason. That's a great reason. Maybe Ankh can be stored in his room. You need the shelf space. So I was willing to give him the credence to keep Ankh for right now because Ankh was in my end of year purge video for the short version. He saw it on the floor and he's like, "Are you getting rid of those games?" And I was like, "Yes." And he's like, "Can you keep it?" And I said,
Yes.
yes. And so part of that is because I do still want to play the expansion for Ankh. So I'm letting that bias me. Is it okay if I ever get rid of Ankh?
What's on?
The Egyptian game.
That one?
You know, it's not there anymore, but can I get rid of it?
No.
Okay, can I ever get rid of it?
No.
Alright, we'll see what happens with Ankh. We'll see what happens. The question is, do I hold on to a $200 toy that he doesn't realize is a $200 toy? Do you want other board games? Alright. Soon. Corey wants to know, Rafiki, do you think I have too many games, not enough games, or the right amount of games?
Right game.
I have the right amount of games?
Yeah.
Well, should I get more games?
I want to get Zombie Kids back.
We have Zombie Kids.
But that's not Zombie Kids.
We have Zombie Kids still.
No, we don't.
Oh, we have Zombie Teens?
Yeah.
And you want Zombie Kids back?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. I should get it back for you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we do have Zombie Teens. We finished Zombie Kids. I don't know where Zombie Kids is. We might still have it. Should I look for it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to look for Zombie Kids and find out if we still have it or if I threw it out. That would be sad. Can I ask you a guess? What's your favorite game? We did that. Good, everyone. Is the Unsettled there including all of the new stuff? Yes, that is all the new stuff. That's part of why Unsettled went down there. I thought it was a good box. That is like a nice campaign game, and it did fit there nicely. I do think the spacing on the other one was a drop better, but I like Unsettled more, so I'm happier with that adjustment and move. Jay Sullivan, these are a few of my favorite friends. Yes, indeed. Win, I just bought Zombie Kids for my son. Great choice. Nice, I just got my Sleeping Gods Systems, guys. Have you received your Marvel Zombies? Yes. Yes, I did an unboxing on the channel with this guy. Did you unbox Marvel Zombies with me? Yeah, we went through all the stuff.
Yeah.
Alex, I hope this isn't an inappropriate question. Do you play games on Shabbos, or is it an absolute no-go? There's no such thing as inappropriate questions. Well, I guess there are. I'm willing to answer any question asked in good faith. So, do we play games on Shabbos, Rafiki?
Yeah.
Yes, we do. We do play a lot of games on Shabbos. Ask your local Orthodox rabbi.
It's small game with not Shabbos.
Yeah, we play games on Shabbos and not Shabbos. But basically, Ask your local Orthodox rabbi as far as the rules around games. Basically, religiously speaking, there's a few reasons why you might not play a game on Shabbos. The first is that, strictly speaking, Shabbos is meant to be a holy day, which means ideally you spend your day with, like, you know, family and friends and loved ones and prayer and learning and certain things. But the question is, what categorizes a non-ideal activity for Shabbos? And usually that will come down to your local rabbi. Some people will have the standard that you should really engage in, like, higher level spiritual activities. Others, to a certain extent, are totally fine with, hey, you know, anything you do that's a good family activity can count. So ask a local Orthodox rabbi on that. Past that, and short version is I play games on Shabbos. Past that, there are going to be specific questions on things like you can't write, so can you play writing games on Shabbos? What about using a timer? There are rules around timing things and measuring on Saturday, so there are rules around that. So each game will have its own rules and restrictions. There are some people of the opinion that any game that you count score using, let's say, a pen, normally not on Shabbos, then you shouldn't play that game on Shabbos either. Judaism is a fascinating religion with tons of actual rules as far as the things you cannot do that are clear, and then interpretations of ideal things of what you're allowed to do, what's ideal, and all that stuff. But I don't write on Shabbos. I don't use electronics or smartphones, but I will measure, use a timer, count, all those things. There's lots of rules in which games can be a problem, even if you're okay with the category of games. But I play games on Shabbos. No inappropriate questions, challenge accepted. Message deleted, has been banned. Love it, Brian. I love it. I mean, there are inappropriate questions inherently, but a question asked in good faith, like for instance, I recently did my State of the Channel update, and I talked about my finances, and people were like, you don't need to do that, like, you don't owe us that. And I'm like, I agree. I believe in transparency. I believe in open communication. I'm a fan of those things. I've always been a friend, to my friends, I've always been someone who shared my spending habits. We spend this much on groceries, we spend that much on rent. Like, it's worth knowing. If you spend $1,200 a month on groceries, and I spend $800 a month on groceries, and we both have a family of, you know, size 6, there's a disparity. So it's worth having an understanding of what people can do. I think open communication and transparency is generally a good thing. I'm thinking about treating myself to Zombicide Black Plague. What would be the one must-have expansion? Wolfsburg. I love the wolves. Having something with 3 actions is amazing. But also, Deadeye Walkers. I love the Deadeye Walkers. Being able to shoot down the hallway is amazing. So you do what you want with that answer. Brian T, LOL. Rafi, what's your favorite thing in school?
Painting.
Painting. That's his favorite thing in school. And what's your favorite game at home?
Zombie Kids.
Yeah, that he did answer that again. I was wondering if he'd answer the same thing, but somebody already asked that question. Zombie Kids is a good choice. Alright, has anyone noticed that Nemesis is at 9998153? Yes, I have noticed. I was just on my GameFound meeting this morning, and it was like our GameFound yearly meeting, and we were kind of all upset that we're like, can't you just cross, you know, $10 million? Like, this is the most funded GameFound campaign of all time. It's the most backers of any GameFound campaign of all time. It is the most funded crowdfunding tabletop crowdfunding campaign, I believe, in the past 2 years. So lots of high numbers there, but hitting 10 million would have been fun. What are you doing? Hey Alex, when will the top games of 2023 videos plan to release? Who will be involved? Will they be revised top games of all time? Thank you. So, Rafi, how you doing?
Yes.
So to answer your question, are you making humming noises? Are you trying to? You can touch the screen. Go ahead. So to answer the question, I believe there's a current hypothetical tentative game plan of doing. But I'm going to be doing the top 100 on the channel. There's a hypothetical gameplay. No, don't. He's like about to block people. There's a hypothetical game plan of having in the top 100, having the top 10 include Devon and Jenna. We're hypothetically trying to make that happen. We're also trying to make it happen that I'm going to be tentatively doing my top 10 games of 2023 on a shared video over on Jenna's channel. That is a hypothetical plan. No guarantees. Also, at any point, if somebody wants to go ahead and donate $5 so that Jenna can call Catan, I will text her and let her know that someone asked her to call Catan. But past that, so that's the hypothetical game plan. There's a bunch of top 10s coming out. There's going to be top 10 crowdfunding campaigns, top 10 disappointments, best games of 2023, although that might be on Jenna's channel. There might be best surprises of 2023, which is a different category. Those are the games I just wasn't expecting anything from. Hey buddy, how's it going? So yeah, so the hypothetical plans, we'll see how they go. As far as timing on them, I don't know. I think top 10 games of 2023 will probably be in January if it happens. And top 10 games of all time, top 100 of all time, I believe the goal is to start that soon. But we'll see what happens. Life has been busy. Okay. Rafiki Monster, are you ready for a nap?
No.
He says no. No naps?
No.
No naps. I played with my wife in Shabbat, but not got Magic Maze plays with her because of the sand timer. Yes, exactly. Some people will not use a sand timer on Shabbos. I do. I asked the local Orthodox rabbi a long time ago and got the okay on it. But again, ask your local Orthodox rabbi. Aaron Taylor, hello everyone, hello. Nemesis Retaliation looks to be wildly successful. What do you think this means if a game fan going forward? I think Nemesis Retaliation. Here's an interesting one. Okay, Simon recently announced that they're joining the platform. I believe that means more for game fan going forward than Nemesis Retaliation being wildly successful. And the reason being that, despite the fact that Awakened Realms and GameFound are different companies, they do have shared ownership, and they were started from the same source, and that means people do view them together. So having an Awakened Realms title be the most successful GameFound campaign doesn't really help as much in the perception that if you're a creator trying to consider whether to use GameFound, it means more that Simon joined the platform than that Awakened Realms had another wildly successful campaign. So is it good for the platform? Yes. Will I absolutely use in all my marketing emails and conversations, hey, we had the most crowdfunded tabletop campaign in the past 2 years? 100% I'll use that in every single email discussion conversation. Do I think it is more convincing to say, look at these top 5 creators who joined the platform this year? I do. I'll be using that more. Anyways, Aaron Taylor, hey man, I like the hypothetical maybe plans. So do I. I just recognize that hypothetical maybe plans don't always happen. I've got a big curiosity about the games you display on the shelf behind you. Are they your favorite currently? No, they are generally games that have a lot of Kickstarter extras, and so that way I can have, Marvel Zombies, and behind Marvel Zombies I have more Marvel Zombies. That way I don't forget that I have games. So for example, behind Wonderland's War, I have Quad Heroes. I frequently forget that Quad Heroes exists because I don't see it, and therefore I don't play it. Well, I should play it. Just crossed the 10 million mark. Yay! Aaron Taylor mark, not yet. Is Nemesis 2 back or not back video coming today? There should be a should you back for Nemesis coming today. It was supposed to be the early morning video. I've been behind. And this is a guilty pleasure. I said this, I think, yesterday. I recently discovered a game called Factorio. It's not true. I discovered Factorio years ago. It's a PC game. But I didn't play it years ago. Years ago, I downloaded it, I didn't play it, and I started playing it this past week because I was showing my kids how to play it. And I'm addicted. And so I have wasted a good 6-7 hours of productive time this week on Factorio. Now, make no mistake, I am down to play video games. I think video games are excellent and they're a good de-stressor. But I don't play Factorio. I get lost in Factorio. I got home last night from playing games with AP, played a few games of Time Division, I think it's called, and then a game of Run, which is excellent, by the way. I'm going to be playing that a few more times and having a review for you. But basically, I played those games. I got home at like 1 a.m. and I was like, I'm going to do work now, but let's play Factorio for half an hour. 4 o'clock in the morning, I went to bed. So I have a problem that I need to get better at quickly because I try to be... Are you sure you're not ready for a nap?
I am.
Freaky Monster is ready for a nap. Alright, so yeah, Factorio has been taking some of my time up, and I need to get some self-control in check. Again, it's not the end of the world yet, but I need to, if I'm going to keep this game in my daily habits, I need to get some self-control or pace myself in some way. Anyways, Biodelic, we're going to get to your comments soon. George, you need to find and save the link. No, not that one. Yes, yeah, George, is there a video about the games on the shelves? There is a video. Okay, I thought you were asking. I was like, George, you should know better. You need to find and save the link to the Games on the Shelf video provided this week when the question comes up. Yeah, that is one of the most common questions I get, which is interesting to me. I'm just interested that that's the most common. Biodelic, do you remember if you ever played Ninja versus the Valiant Universe? No, I didn't, unfortunately. Rift Out, have you ever played Arkham Horror LCG? I have played Arkham Horror LCG multiple times, and I do like Arkham Horror LCG. I just like Marvel Champions more. Thematically, I prefer the superheroes than the, Cthulhu mythos of wandering around, but they're both fantastic games. I did a video one time of the 10 best games that aren't in my collection, and I believe Arkham Horror LCG was number 2. Like, I think it's a phenomenal game. Are you humming?
Yeah.
If you can hear the humming and it's bothering you, let me know, because I'll figure it out. I'll do a 30-second review of Deliverance in a second, absolutely. Biodelic, okay, great. Question for both of you. Which game has your favorite art? Rafiki, what game has your favorite pictures?
Overwatch.
What board game has your favorite pictures?
Zombie Teens.
Zombie Teens? Are you obsessed with Zombie Teens today?
No, zombie.
Okay, so to answer your question for me, my favorite art in a board game, oh boy, I mean, there's so many, so I'm not committing to favorite here, not by a long shot, because there's so many amazing games out there as far as artwork goes. I think Lost News of Arnak's fantastic. I think that, I'm just looking around my shelves right now, I do think the Zombicide system has fantastic artwork in general. Cthulhu Let Me Die has some nice art as well. I am biased by the games that are around me. Arcase looks pretty good as well. I don't know. Lost in Varnak is not my favorite, but it is good. Like, what's the best art? Sleeping Gods is fantastic. I mean, Sleeping Gods is fantastic artwork. I do love the visual aesthetic of Too Many Bones, although I know that's very divisive. Yeah, lots of good games out there. I don't know. I don't have a good answer because there's so many that are great. Okay. We should all create canned language about working with Quackle moving forward and his impact. That is true. Hey, where are you going?
What is this?
There are some regular questions that do come up. That is absolutely true. Biodelic, Deliverance, bland and utterly forgettable. So let me go ahead.
Is this guy?
Those are guys. Actually, grab that. Grab that. Let's show people because honestly, it's the subject of the conversation.
I'll open it.
Okay. So he just found some of these over here. These are guys. They're angels and demons. You see them over here? These are some acrylic standees for Deliverance. Okay. So my 30-second review of Deliverance is going to start with. Oh wait, no, those are standees, so you can put them into there. Here, should I put them in?
No, I want to do this.
Okay, we're gonna be playing with Deliverance now. We just found. Should I get you a chair?
Yeah.
Okay, here. Let's get you a chair. I'm gonna move these to the side because give me 1 second. I'm getting child a chair.
Yeah, so we can do all of this stuff.
Yes, the key to keeping your figure's attention is miniatures or standees. Okay, so here's a bunch of these. If you need help, let me know. But basically, you grab one of these, and what you do is you want to push it in. So just give it a push in, and see how it goes in. Okay, there we go. So, Deliverance. My 30-second review is as follows. I have played Deliverance 1 time so far. I actually pulled up the rulebook this past weekend to try to play it again, but I did not get it played more yet, but I've only played it 1 time. So far, I very much enjoy the powers and abilities aspects of Deliverance. I think that they give you tons of ways to grow and develop your characters in ways that are very rewarding, like just very cool powers and abilities, and I like that in the game. I like that jam a lot. So I'm very optimistic and excited about Deliverance. The flip side is that it is a skirmish game, and it does seem to fall into the trend of close the gap between you and your opponents, smash each other, and see who wins. No, these ones I need. I took off the acrylic on these. I don't want to mix them up because I would drive myself crazy trying to figure out if the little sheet is on them. Anyways, yeah, so I don't like the typical skirmish, close the gap and hit each other style of Deliverance, but I love the powers and abilities, and so ultimately I am optimistic about how much I enjoy it, but I have to play it more to see where it goes for me. So my 30-second review of Deliverance is basically, played it once, want to play it more, some things I like, some things I don't like, something I'm nervous about, and I'm very optimistic about it. I do not think it's bland and forgettable. I may or may not keep it, but I don't think it's bland and forgettable. But everyone's entitled to their opinion, of course. Chocobo Sam, the adorable rating off of this stream is off the charts. Yeah, 6 child will do that to you. Do I monopolize my children for money? Not generally, but am I happy to get the, cuteness of this guy in this video? Yeah. I mean, it wasn't planned, it just happened. Kids broken? The kid's broken? Kid's broken, the hum. I just pre-ordered Raising Robots. I'm very excited. Is it still a 4 for you? I got Raising Robots, like the deluxe edition. It looks so cool. I mean, I haven't played it since getting it. I think it's still a 4. I liked Raising Robots. I think the adorable factor, oh my gosh, you want best art. Raising Robots is some of the best art I've ever had in a game. It's amazing. But, yeah, I like the game a lot in terms of what it does, but it's not the best game for me. It's a very good game, elevated by good art and production. But I think it's a 4. I have a hard time going down to 3.5 currently, but I have a hard time bumping it up too. I just don't think it crosses those lines for me. Okay, we got 925 gamers. Thank you for joining. Thank you for becoming a member, either again or for the first time. Either one's appreciated. Oh, the 3-second review. That's for the 3-second review. Happy to do so. Happy to oblige. Hello, Ken Costin. Kids Broken. What are your top 5? What are your top 5 app-assisted board games? The ones that use the app least obtrusively. So things like, you know, One Night Ultimate Werewolf's going to be one of them. Destiny's is probably still there. I don't love app-assisted board games, so the answer is kind of like I'm choosing, like even like Destiny's to me. Destiny's to this day, I believe, is the only game that I have rated a 5 that I've gotten rid of. Not ever, but it's since rating games on this channel, I believe the only 5 I've gotten rid of is Destiny's. I gave it a 5 out of 5, and then I got rid of it. And a big part of that was I felt other games came along that did the best parts of Destiny's for me, but without the app, and I don't love apps. I'm willing to tolerate an app. So that should be your answer to a certain degree right there. Are you done? Okay, Refugee, let's look at this. Okay. I want to keep the noise a little bit down, okay? Alright. Here's the video about the shelf. Kid being in video better not bother. I'll ban you and lose my mod status over it. So I don't care if people don't like kids in videos. I don't. I respect that 1,000,000%. You know, ultimately this is a board game channel. I try not to shove other things your way. I just try to talk about board games because that's what you're here for. Sometimes my kids will show up in the video and then it becomes a bit of a family channel situation. And some people love it. Some people are here for it. And others are like, you know what, honestly, it might be cute.
Baba.
I have to get it?
Yeah.
Didn't you drop it?
Yeah.
Can you get it?
Yeah.
Thank you. Other people are here for, some people are here for the cuteness and others are here for the board games. And I respect that. What I have no patience for is people who feel that this is a good time to voice a weirdly critical opinion. Like, it's always interesting to me. Here's what's interesting to me. When you have a situation in which something is clearly not the norm, taking time to complain about that, to me, feels so bizarre. So, and it's not just kid things. It's like, you know, for example, I recently did a live 2-back or not to back. I did it like a few weeks ago, and overall, I was just late on time. I did it live. It's all fine, but I didn't have timestamps in the video. Fun fact, I actually did go and timestamp the video, but then I didn't save it, and I was like, I'm not doing this again. So, whatever. There are no timestamps. And I got people who were like, hey, you know, interesting format, and I really appreciate the timestamps. So I just want to let you know I love them. That's great. That's a good comment. You're a little nervous timestamps are going away. You give a positive communication, fine. But there are people who are like, I really can't watch these videos without timestamps. And I'm like, dude, I've put up like 1,500 videos on this channel and they all have timestamps. One video does not have timestamps and you're like upset and leaving like when something's not the norm, I understand if you don't like it, but leave it alone and move on with life. Let me also silent my phone over here. Like, leave it alone and move on. So that's like an interesting one to me. And so same thing with kids. Like, I do 17 videos a week, and a kid shows up in a video maybe every 35 videos, something like that. Like every 2 weeks, something like that. And to me, that always means that if you don't like it, totally get it. That makes sense. But like, some people leave some like aggressively mean comments. It's exception, but some people get into it. Let's see. Kid made a video. Here's a video about the shelf. Overwatch. Yeah, he said Overwatch. He likes Overwatch. What? Do you like Overwatch a lot?
Yeah.
Is it your favorite video game?
These are the guys that like. These are gonna be the bad guys.
What do you like more, Overwatch or Minecraft?
All of them.
All of them. He does like saying both to most questions. I made it, Prior. Hello. The clicks on these are so good in the game. Yes, they are. To the point, I've been playing with the angel standees over the angel miniatures. And I don't know if I prefer them specifically. I just haven't bothered to touch the miniatures because I like the standees. Electric Panasol Gaming. Hey everyone, just want to share. I already ordered my first Zombicide. It's Black Plague. I'm so excited. Enjoy it. Use it in good health. Have fun. Unemployed Lawyer. Chair stream. Temporarily. Although it makes me think I'm far back. Really like their acrylic standees. Don't normally paint, so I think they look better than minis. Yeah, in this case, I'm not always... I always like acrylic standees. I usually still prefer miniatures, but not necessarily in this one. 925 games. Best artwork is defined by Vincent Dutrait. Really makes the game stand out, even if they aren't great games. I do love his artwork, but I don't know if I put it in the best. To me, it's like top notch. So, have you played my father's work? No. No, I haven't. Chocolate Zom, I have the same thoughts after one play. Yeah, that's exactly what I am. And keep in mind, I may have complaints about the skirmish stuff, but if the powers are fun enough, I might be like, who cares? I want to play the game. But those are my two competing thoughts. Skirmish that could be better, and powers and abilities that are amazingly fun. Rafiki, I have a question for you.
What?
Okay, someone asked a question. Who do you like better, Devon or Meg?
Both.
He said both. If you had to choose one, what would you choose?
One.
That's fair. I did say if you had to choose one, what would you choose? And he said one. That's a fair answer. I never got that before. Priya, Meg, sub me. Incredibly interested in your reactions to the comments on your I shouldn't have gone all in video, so I'm gonna hold you accountable for talking about it. I wanted to. It's been a pain. Like, first I had friends who actually show up for the live stream, which is great, just not the week I planned it. Then I planned to do this video, and this guy decided to be sick and disrupt the stream, so I will do that video. Probably. Is Rafi willing to rank anything like his dad? No, Rafi generally likes to say both. If he likes something, he says both. So, for example, let me think of 2 games he likes. Rafiki, what do you like better, the Egyptian game or the Great Wall?
Both.
Both. Now, if I give him things he doesn't like, for example, Rafiki, what do you like better, cookies or vegetables?
Both.
Rafiki, what do you like better, staying up or going to bed?
Both.
I think he hears me, and this is not his usual thing. Let me think of things he actively doesn't like. Rafiki, what do you like more, getting candy or being punished?
Being punished. Getting candy.
Are you just messing with me?
Yeah.
Something's off over here. Okay. Don't play favorites, Meg. Chocobo Sam, too late. She's right. Aaron Taylor, hello, Faria. Faria, Aaron, although I will say this, Meg, before the stream, you and Devon both have logos on that waiting stream, and Rafiki kept on saying how he saw you, because he doesn't know Devon's logo, but he did see a person with green hair sitting in a box, so he's like, that's Meg, that's Meg. Aaron, always good friends, see friends in chat. Woodlax, when is Nemesis Back and Not Back coming out? Hopefully at 4 p.m. today, if things go well. I say hopefully because I haven't filmed it yet. But my goal is to end this stream, well, not the second, but to end the stream and then to film it right away. And that gives me a 2-hour window to film, edit, upload, timestamp, which is my life right about now. This is why I don't like doing videos last minute, because it takes so much more stress out of you as opposed to doing them all in advance. Like, I love doing videos in advance. I hate doing videos last minute, but you gotta do what you gotta do, because the people need what the people need. Chocobo Sam, when I see kids on thumbnails, I'm more likely to watch, to be honest. I love how much of a family man you are. I appreciate Chocobo. And again, I think many people do agree. And I think that some are here for it infrequently. And it's just, I think people need to do what they need to do.
Evil thing.
Can you be a little quieter?
What's evil thing?
Oh, evil thing?
Yeah.
What evil thing? Evil thing. Okay. When I see, have we got to Rafiki's favorite superhero yet? No. Rafiki, who's your favorite superhero?
All of them.
All of them? No. Who's your favorite superhero?
Thor.
Thor. Thor?
Uh-huh.
Wow. I wouldn't have guessed Thor. Do you like his hammer?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that makes sense. Rafiki's a smart kid, not making enemies. That makes sense. A smart kid, he's a future in politics. He's straight up trolling you. He is straight up trolling me. Usually if I give him a what do you like and what do you not like, he answers very specifically. I think Rafi may be sick. Both. Professor Meg. Aw, if I had snackies, he'd say me. 925 game is true. What did you and AP play last night? So, I actually said this a little bit earlier in the stream. Also, am I running out of questions? Am I all caught up? That's not supposed to happen. But as far as what AP and I played, we played a few games of Time Division, which is a game from Heidelberg, which they're starting to work more with CGE and distributing their games locally. And then I also played Run from Fowers Games. Time Division was interesting. I have to get a few more plays in because I want to play the other decks as well. But my short opinion of Time Division, so you can skip the review at this point, unless my opinion changes, of course, which could happen. But my current opinion after a few games is that I think Time Division has a lot of intricate gameplay that can be very rewarding for people who play the game multiple times. But I can get that level of reward from a game like Air, Land, and Sea without having to have the mental hurdle of teaching people all the game. Like, it is, the symbology in the game is overwhelming, and knowing all the cards is confusing. It kind of gives you the same mental mind games of Air, Land, and Sea, but just worse. I do think there's a good game. It's an interesting, it's interesting. I'm curious what my rating will be. Like, for myself, I'm curious what my rating will be. Because I'm both very critical and very impressed by the game at the same time. Both simultaneously. And then Run was fantastic. Like, I need to get more plays in. But, like, as of right now, unless things change, expect a high rating on that one. Run was fantastic. It was so good. It's like, to me, it's like 2-player mind management in a shorter time frame. That's what it is. But it's like, it's so intricate. It builds off the things you liked in mind management are the same things you'd like in Run. And in theory, it's a 2-player game, but in theory, you can play it with multiple people, just, controlling, talking it out together. But, yeah, Run's fantastic. It's a little easier if you put the piece down here. If you put it down here, and then you just push in like that. That's a little easier. You see?
Yeah. Are these good guys?
No. So the good guys in this game are the angels. So the people with wings are the good guys. And everyone else is a bad guy. Which I guess is confusing, because this is a fallen seraph, and so he has wings, but he's a bad guy. How can you know that he's a bad guy?
Because he is.
That's right. That's a good answer. He's more darker. His whole tone is like threatening and foreboding. Okay. Yeah, so Run was fantastic. I enjoyed that. Meg, what's the latest time Alex would text you to come over and play a board game and you would go over? That's an excellent question. AP is obsessed with games, and AP has a later bedtime than I think Meg does. Electric, I like your reaction, good sir. When your little one says Thor, you're like, Thor? I mean, I'm surprised. I am surprised. Like, he likes a lot of superheroes, but, like, I would have thought he'd pick dozens of superheroes before Thor. Like, do you like, who do you like playing a lot? You like playing as Superman? Who do you like playing when you play Injustice? Who's your favorite superhero?
What's Injustice?
The game with the controller where you smash each other, and you like playing as Wonder Woman and Green Lantern and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Did you forget about that game?
Yeah.
Do you want to play it now?
Yeah.
Should we do it after the stream?
Uh-huh.
Okay, cool. Can Rafi do the One Piece impression? Rafi? Do you want to get a bunch of swords and do your impression of One Piece?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you going to?
Yeah.
Right now?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Are you just saying yeah?
Yeah.
I can't tell. Rafi has an incredibly adorable One Piece impression. It does involve him running around with a bunch of swords. I don't think he's going to do it right now. But they really like One Piece. Who's Rafiki's favorite person from the Torah? Oh, Rafiki, who's your favorite person from Torah?
The Torah.
From Chumash. From like when you learn about like, you know, Adam and Chava and Avram and all that.
Do I like that?
Do you?
No.
In school, who's your favorite person that you learn in school? He's going to say a teacher or a classmate. Morfeg, yeah. Okay. Best game to take on a family cruise to play while waiting for dinner to come. Transport them, preferably keep them in my pocket and take up limited space. Last time I bought, timeline. Just a bunch of timeline cards in your pockets. Just do that. Drop me anytime. We made plans today to see what we need to get to. Oh my gosh, yes, we have. There's so many games. There's a backlog. Really, midnight is an option. If it's not filled, I'm a wild woman. Are you planning to get Cthulhu Dark Providence? Panic. Not only are we planning on getting Cthulhu Dark Providence, but we should have Travis Chance, one of the designers, is going to be coming in on Monday to do a film playthrough of the game. So we'll be doing that and then talking about the game. Swap me, you guys are crazy. Rafi struck me as a Batman lover. No, that's his older brother. His older brother loves Batman. Rafi, what do you want to be when you... What do you want... Yeah, Rafi, what do you want to be when you get older? When you grow up, what do you want to be?
King of the Pirates.
King of the Pirates. That makes sense. Good job. Okay. Please say YouTube influencer. No, dear Lord, no. One of the scariest things about my job right now, one of the scariest things about my life is that, like, I'm the worst possible role model for my kids. I'm teaching them you can make it in social media. That's, like, horrifically bad. Horrifically bad. Are those Deliverance acrylics that Rafi's playing with? Yes, he is. He is indeed. What King of the Pirates? Archer would be so proud. Best answer ever. So for those who don't know, that's from Luffy. That's from what's it called? One Piece. Okay, but that's basically the things going on right now. We currently have 1:34, so it's early. Luffy. The Rad family is ambitious. I love it. Not just pirate, but king. Luffy is king of the pirates, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I join his crew for sure. But yeah, those are some things going on. As past that, as far as some other games being played recently, we have Roll to the Top, which I'm really... Honestly, you know what the big problem is right now? The most recent batch of games, because I came back from PAX with a batch of games.
Can you find me off the good guy than the bad guy?
Well, you look for them. Look for the guys who look very pale with white wings, the angels. Can you find the good guys? Do you see more people with white wings?
Found one.
There we go. Do you see anyone else? I see two more. That's right. I see it there. Perfect. Those are all the good guys. You got it. So, a problem I have in general is something called ratings bias. I don't know I said something called ratings bias. I called it ratings bias just now. But either way, the idea that there are times when I find that I cover a bunch of games in a row that are either getting higher ratings than usual or lower ratings than usual, and then I suddenly start like questioning myself and start like almost trying to find things to counter it. So I'll play a bunch of games that are 3s and 3.5s and be like, I need a better game. I need to get a better game. And then I'll play a bunch of games that are like, 3.5s and 4s, or even 4s and 4.5s, and I'll be like, I need to get some bad games off my shelf to like evenly distribute that out, which is a weird situation, but it just happens when you're reviewing things and you're subject to the fact that people will look at your videos and be like, hey, you just rated like half the games you rated this week were 4 and above. Are you even critical of games? Like, that's something that's to be mindful of. The problem is, ultimately, the games I play are the games I play, and the ratings I give are the ratings I give, and recently, I've been rating a bunch of games 4s. I've been rating, and more are going to be coming. But, there was Fiction, there was Chomp, I don't remember what else I filmed recently. Roll to the Top is coming. That's going to be a 4. Like, it started off as a 3.5, it's a solid, simple game, but the variety of maps bumps it up. Again, I'm saving you watching the whole review. If you want to, you can. Run, I'd be shocked if it was less than a 4. Time Division, I think, is going to be lower. I think it's going to be lower. That one might even be a 3. Like, it's a weird space, because I appreciate how good the game can be, but I think it's a hard game to teach. I think the iconography is just confusing, and I think there's too many things that get in the way. But I do think there's a good game there, which is tricky. But, like, the only debate is, do I do a 3.5 or a 3? That's the debate over there. Where are you going?
Is that the game with the castle?
No. What game with the castle?
Are those guys in there too?
Yeah.
Not those guys?
Yeah, do you want the miniatures?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
But who's him?
No, you can't play those guys.
Why?
Because those guys I took off. Should I show you why?
Yeah.
Here. Come here. Let me show you. Let's do it with one of these so I can show you. Okay, get in the chair. Come in the chair. I'll show you. So, we're going to do this over here. So you see this right here?
Yeah.
if I go here, I need to go ahead and take this off like so. Okay, there we go. Okay.
What's that?
So, this is a film that comes off. Okay?
And then what does it do?
It just makes it look clearer. But the problem is, once I take off the film, it makes my job a lot easier. You see, both sides it comes off. You see? Both sides. You see? And once I take that off, it makes it easier for me to like just see it a little clearer. But I don't want to have to like look at each one in close detail to see if I took it off. So it just helps me look. But you know what the good news is? I am going to give you a bunch of miniatures. So let's go ahead and give you some miniatures. We're going to see a Deliverance mini unboxing.
Okay, guy.
Oh, and it's got these, by the way, which are fun. It's got these like little metal pieces over here. But here's some miniatures. Do you want these guys?
Okay, guy.
These are all good guys. You want them all?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the minis for the game, which do look good. The only problem is, more so than other games, I find these guys are completely, because they all have these giant wings as their defining characteristic, I find these guys are so forgettable if they're not painted compared to the standees that stand out. So, like, they did such a good job with their acrylic standees, and their main characters all have giant wings, that it makes it an interesting situation where I like the standees a little better. Although now he's flying with them, so there's that kind of upside there. Anyways, going back to chat where we get caught up. But ultimately, yeah, I have a bunch of good games I've been playing recently, and it is what it is. And I will try to be mindful of my hands. Is that slow? No, that's fine. Sometimes I get slow HDMI connection, and I can tell my fingers will blur if I do that. Anyways, King of the Pirates, I'll join his crew. Your kids might get the idea that being successful on social media is possible. They also get a hands-on view on discipline and work necessary to make it. The only problem is, in any life, in anything you do, hard work is not the only thing you need. You need luck and hard work, and in social media in particular, you need luck and hard work. In other jobs, sometimes hard work can be enough, or at least more of the equation. But that's the tricky part. John Frosty, are you planning to address the value and stretch goals complaints in the Nemesis video? I don't know which ones you're specifically referring to. If you're referring to the comparison between the original Nemesis and the current one, I just think, again, I don't know what I'll address or not address, but I think anyone who compares a game from 7 years ago to today is wasting their time. It's just not the same space. Ultimately, I think Nemesis is still a great deal. I think it's still a great value back compared to most games you see nowadays. I'm surprised people are disappointed, but like I haven't been reading the comments a ton. I've only been peripherally glanced at them. Jared, can you start a petition to come on to make a pirate zombicide? I think we'll get tons of signatures. Trust me, Simon will get around to doing everything at some point. I saw a run available in my local store. I've been tempted to get it. It seems like I should do it before it disappears. I think runs, if you like mind management, if you like hidden movement games, I think Rund is very accessible, easy to teach, easy to play, and very rewarding, and it grows with you. I still need more plays before I review it, but I was very impressed. Alex, if you try to peel the film off the bases, this is the bane of my existence. I gave up and left it on. So the bases is less noticeable, but for me, and I recognize I have a child here right now next to me, but I'm going to go ahead. There we go. So if you get it at the edge, and you're using with a sharp knife, it is definitely harder, there's no question. And sometimes I'll just be...
do this one.
No. Do you know why, buddy?
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to... It's double-sided. Let's see. Yes. The bases have definitely been harder. Like, I've scratched a base or two, but I'd rather a scratched base or two than... Rafiki? Can you be a little less... Okay. There we go. There we go. Okay, there we go.
I'm going to move these two...
So the only problem is, while I can get them off the bases, sometimes you do scratch them up a drop. This one I didn't, but I've scratched up one or two with my knife. So, short version is, yeah, but, you know, throw on a good movie that you want to watch, and, have at it. I picked up Adventure Tactics for my family thanks to the video review. Are there any family-friendly dungeon crawls that would pair well with that you recommend? Pair well with that? I mean, I'd probably say the next step up from Adventure Tactics is, like, Massive Darkness or, you know, Zombicide. There are ones I can do a step down. There's lots of ones that are a step down. There's Core Quest. There's, I don't know, what's the other ones? There's Core Quest. There's Dungeons of Karak or Catacombs of Karak. There's that other one that I can't remember, which I know is a great name rating. But like there's a bunch of other games out there, but I think Adventure Tactics is probably one of the better ones. So at that point, You put in the back?
I put in the...
Meg, you need to get Alex your special acrylic film remover tool. That knife is scary. I didn't know that there was.
Castle.
Your blanket's gonna be the castle?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So
Adventure Tactics is a fantastic game. You're going to have a great time, I hope. Yeah, it's a fantastic game. So I mean, I completely agree. I was thinking of this while watching this. All gamers need one. I didn't know there was an acrylic remover tool. Let me know more. The pawn shop plus knife look works very, very well. Yeah, it does. Thank you. I mean, Board Collect. I have my 10-year-old do it. She's wicked fast moving the film. Oh, I should try that. I have a 10-year-old. Ron, you need to get us a cricket weeder. I'll put info in Discord. Meg taught me the way. I have a cricket, but yeah. The ponchos give me Star Wars Fallen Order vibes. I'll try. I don't know why I said I'll try. I guess I don't have a appropriate response to that. Love your guest. Thank you. Dear God, cleaning the film off the bases took me forever. Yeah, it's not the best. You should use that cool knife to shave your beard once. No, the beard stays. And this would be the worst way to shave a beard ever. This would be so painful. This is not how you shave beards or haircuts or anything. This is not for that in the slightest. Same with the bases in Dreadful Meadows. Oh, I have Dreadful Meadows. I haven't done any of the acrylic standee peeling there. Poncho reminds me of Sunset Riders classic arcade game. Great multiplayer. I could throw the hood on, see if it does anything for the look. I don't know. I don't like the look of the poncho hoods. I like the ponchos without the hoods. But I don't know. I guess it's not the worst. I'm okay with this actually. It's not the worst. But yeah. So that's where we are with things. That's where we are. Hood on makes you look like a Jawa. Yeah, I think in general, hoods on ponchos make you look like a Jawa. That's the problem. You need to get a proper straight razor shave by a professional. Obi-Wan of Board Gamers came. Hello? Are you, Rafiki? Do you, no. You're so sweet, and you're like really the best. These go into this box.
Yeah.
Okay? But you know what that does? Yeah. That gives you more space over here. So now you have... Are these all the angels?
I'm not putting them away.
You're putting them away?
No.
You're not putting them away?
I just put my blanket here.
You're just putting your blanket there? Oh, okay, cool. I think we need to get Alex the Guinness Star Wars poncho cloak. I will not say no to any ponchos or cloaks. Although I can't get... If I don't... Here's the problem.
Can you put this all?
The problem with any gifts that are clothing based of any kind, or gifts in general, is like some things I'm more flexible on. You get me a mug, like I'll use it at some point. But things that are like my favorite, like I like my ponchos a lot. If I got a poncho I didn't like, it would probably not see that much wear. But it would get the occasional wear. Rafiki, what's your favorite candy?
Chocolate.
Chocolate, good answer. I have a feeling that clean shaven Alex is cursed imagery. I don't love the way, like if I dropped another 15 pounds, it wouldn't be the worst. It would still be a shock, but I don't love the way I look when I'm middleweight. Which, again, I'm not overweight by any means, but I could lose 15 pounds and look better for it.
I'm gonna be outside the castle.
Okay, I could lose 15 pounds and look better for it. And especially clean shaven, I prefer being skinny clean shaven. I do not like the way I look when I am even middleweight and not clean shaven. Personally, I am fairly self-critical in terms of stuff like that. For whatever reason, these aren't the minis looking for. You know the story how the Hebrew word Mazaluk is actually an acronym for 3 words? I can't see what you're saying because... Makom, Zman, and Lamed. That makes sense. I think I have heard that before, but in general, I do believe in that concept. I think success is a combination of luck and hard work, which is a good video you should, if you're religious, you could argue that it's hard work plus, the God factor of, working towards whatever. In Judaism, we call it hishtadlus, the idea that you have to do your hishtadlus, but it's not up to you. You have to put in the effort, but it's not your call at the end of the day. Lots of complaints, complaining about value and about how... Sorry, I have a little pop on my screen that won't go away that's blocking the text over here. Maybe I can make it smaller. Oh, I could. Lots of complaints. How the stretch goals are managed. AR is clear on day one what the stretch goals will be, and people didn't like it. Yeah, I think when you have 30,000 people backing a campaign, you'll have complaints. And I will say this. I love GameFound. I love GameFound as a platform. I think it's a great place to be. The backers on GameFound, I do find are harder to please. Because of the fact that they're more particular, they spend more. The average GameFound backer spends more than the average Kickstarter backer because they're spending a lot of money on these games. But they are harder to please and they're a little more picky, and that is a thing. It just comes with the if you want that market, you're gonna have to deal with it. Sharkable Sam, I hope this isn't a weird question. Is Hebrew difficult to learn? Not a weird question at all. If you want weird questions, I had the weirdest conversation this past week with a friend. This friend. You're being very loud. Okay, thank you. I had the weirdest conversation this past week with a friend. But either way, as far as your question, is Hebrew difficult to learn? I think it is. I'm still not great at it. I can read Hebrew. I'm not fluent in Hebrew. I don't understand Hebrew great. Ani medaber levit, ani lo mevin. Like I can say like basic phrases, but like I can't have a fluent conversation in Hebrew, and I spent my whole life engaged with it. Now I've never made a proper dedicated effort, so I have an understanding of it to the basic level. Sens Condition. No, wait. What? 30,000 people not in agreement? Yeah, that's the thing. In general, like, Success comes at a cost. I was just talking to the creators of Kelp, okay? Kelp just did like a $2 million campaign for a 2-player symmetric game. Incredibly successful. It's absolutely insane. Alright? You know what they're dealing with now? The small creator. They've had Wonderbow Games, I think it's Wonderbow Games. They had one tiny campaign that did like 30,000 like that, and now they have a $2 million campaign. You know what comes along with that territory? There are people on Amazon creating fake copies of their games to sell fake copies of Kelp, a game that's not even been printed yet. Success comes at a cost. Any form of success attracts attention, and a quote that I heard once that I love, and I think it applies. I think I love it because it applies to my life as well. It inherently applies to any content creator or YouTuber or whoever, which is, it was relatability breeds success. No, a lack of success makes you relatable. Relatability leads to success, and success makes you not relatable. That's the quote. Okay, the idea is you often have the small guy. People root for the small guy. This happened with Awakened Realms, by the way. Awakened Realms once upon a time was the upstart. People loved them. People were all over them. And as they grew, more people were like, oh, you're a big, giant, evil corporation trying to take our money. Now, to be fair, for their size, I think Awakened Realms has a great audience for their size. But they certainly had that trend of the larger and more successful they got, the more people stopped treating them like, hey, you're relatable, now you're a big upstart company. It's true if you look at any content creator. All the content creators, when they start off small, you know, when you have 3,000 followers, people are like, oh, I love this, you know, this channel. They're awesome. Look at them saying whatever and doing whatever. And as they become more successful, like that, again, lack of success breeds relatability. Relatability breeds success. Success breeds a lack of relatability. It's an evil, vicious cycle that is unfortunate. Which is why I love all you guys, because you guys spend time complimenting me and making me feel good with myself, which is nice. Rafiki. Rafiki, I love you dearly. You're being very loud.
No.
Did you say no, you're not? Yeah, you were. Also, by the way, that's bad parenting. Just for the record, what I just did. For the record, in case you wanted to know, what you should not do, what I just instinctively did, is you should not do I love you statements in association with negative feedback. Meaning, there's the concept of like the compliment sandwich. That's a different concept.
Well, you love the dragon.
Nice. You would love the dragon. But you shouldn't basically be like, I love you, you're making too much noise. I love you, but you have to clean up your room. What you effectively do when you do that is you combine the I love you with a negative association. As Pavlov's dogs for negativity. You turn I love you into a negative connotation when it's often associated with the criticism or the thing you're adjusting. So you should say, I love you. Hey, buddy.
Why did
I love you.
fall down?
I don't know. I love you very much. He doesn't care. But you should leave it on its own. You shouldn't combine the two.
Is that so heavy?
It's so heavy? I don't know. Okay, there we go. The Sens Condition, Awaken also response was spot on. I appreciate the transparency with the backers. Yeah, they did a great update. They did a really great update. I was a big fan of their update. King of Average did a whole video on the update, and again, I think that level of communication was awesome. The Sens Condition is a good family game. I haven't played the Sens Condition. I played the newest one. It was $3.50 and I'll save you hours, and I'd rather have you playing games than filming videos for my enjoyment. I appreciate that level of I mean, I do this in the background. It's not my main thing, but I still appreciate it. Well, I never saw a monster or bad guy yell quietly. He's doing a good job. I agree with you, but he's not being mindful that I have several people I'm trying to make happy. First of all, I'm trying to make him happy, which is true. I'm trying to make you happy as the people who have to listen to like the buzz in the background. And I know many of you are being awesome and understanding. But the third thing you don't know is I have an auditory problem in general where I can't stand that kind of background noise while I'm doing stuff. I can't. It drives me crazy. Like, you don't see it because I'm not going to show you and process it, but in my head it drives me insane to like be trying to focus on one thing and have buzz in the background. I don't love it. I have like 4 pairs of noise canceling headphones for a reason, because when I'm around the kids and they're doing lots of background noise, I throw my noise canceling headphones on and I watch. I can watch stuff. I can have a movie playing, but like auditory, just yeah. Either way, that's my own thing. Just fun fact. The more you know. Is this thing that looks like a dentist pick? Oh yeah, Joe. That makes sense. Brian, the problem with scale you can see in all social media is that the most vocal people tend to be the minority. It's easy to complain. Recognizing it and not changing based on small percentages. You're 100% correct. My favorite thing is the idea that, you know, oh my gosh, I want to find it. I saw a thing once about crowdfunding, but there's a great little meme that kind of suggests that what you do is you have it did it great. I'm not going to do it as well. But the 4-panel graphic was effectively being like, you have like, here's our game. And then you have like, you know, thousands, like 100 people in the crowd being like, yay, we love it. And you have 3 people being like, we're not going to buy it. It's terrible. It sucks. You have to change these things and we won't buy it. And so you as the creator, you try to be responsive. And so the second panel is like, awesome, we made a few changes to make you happy. And suddenly you have, your core crowd of people is like, half of them are like, it's not the same anymore. And the other people are like, we're still not buying it. Like you have to be mindful of changing too much for the people who anyways aren't going to like you. Hello, Mama?
Yeah.
Where's Mama? She's not here.
I think he's here now.
No, it's only 1:53. I had a partner. You're kind of saying I love.
No, it's not.
Yes, Shockable. Yeah, you're correct. You're kind of saying I love you in spite of this in that situation. Part of it's that, but it's honestly it's just more it's more the Pavlov's spell aspect. You're literally just associating the words "I love you" with critical feedback. I love you, critical feedback. I love you, critical feedback. In general, something to be mindful of in general in your day-to-day life, and this is true with your kids, your friends, your partner, your family, anyone. True with anyone, is the idea that so much of our interaction in the day-to-day life is neutral. But neutral isn't positive and it goes against the scale. So things like, hey, can you pick up your laundry, do your homework, put away your dishes. That's not necessarily critical feedback, but that's neutral feedback. And so what you do is you have a portion of your feedback with your kids is going to be negative, a portion of your feedback with your kids is going to be, a large portion of your feedback with your kids is going to be just day to day. It's time to get up, it's time to go to school, it's time to do this, it's time to do that. And so the problem is your positive communication ratio, if you're not being diligent about it, your positive communication can be as low as like 2 or 3% of your communication. So you really have to try to ramp it up as much as possible. Give your kids a hug when they come home. Annoy the heck out of your friends and show them that you actually care with them. Call your friends. Call your friends. People don't do that enough. You know that? Call your friends. Give them a shout on the phone and be like, hey, you know what? We haven't talked in a few days and I'd like to talk to you because I value your place in my life. So much of our relationships in day-to-day is about the positive diligence we put into it. You can't be passive about it. One of the things I've said this in the channel in the past about time management. One of my favorite time management things I ever heard was that time management is about a plate full of food. And if you want to add mashed potatoes to a plate that's already full, you have a choice. You can shove it onto the plate, but things will fall off and you won't be able to control it, what falls off, or you can actively take something off the plate and then put the mashed potatoes on. In time management, you kind of have to do that. Like, again, that Factorio game I've been playing, we're having an issue where things are falling off the plate right now because the past week has had an extra 7 hours of Factorio in it. But anyways, as far as the last thing the person finished with when they were giving this presentation, I was at class once, is they said, and unfortunately, the harsh reality of life is that when you don't actively choose what goes off your plate, the thing that most often comes off the plate, incidentally, is going to be your relationships. Your friends, your family, your kids, your loved ones, all of those things are going to be the things that fall off. And the reason is because that work assignment has to be handed in tomorrow. But you could skip movie night with the kids and no one cares today. They don't care the next time. But over time it builds up. So you really have to be very diligent with your relationships or those things are the easiest to suffer over time. I had a partner that had that issue. She called it crosstalk. It really messed with her brain. Yeah, I don't do well with it. I've mentally learned to try to push myself past it, and I can, but like I have a little like steam threshold inside my head that as it's happening, it builds up, and honestly, like I think I'm a fairly decent parent, or friend, partner, all those things. Like I think I'm fairly decent at those things, but I think that there are times when stress gets to me. You don't see it because I get the good fortune of living my life on camera. Of living my life on mostly recorded videos, so if something does go south, like there are times when a kid will come downstairs and I don't welcome them lovingly onto the cassette. There are times where I'm like, get back upstairs, and I say so a little more harshly. I'm far from perfect. I make mistakes, and I will react to pressures no differently than anyone else, and I will say things that I regret no differently than anyone else. I just get to edit that out of the stuff you see, so I look perfect to you. Not perfect. I look better than I am to you. How do you get through conventions with an auditory problem like that? Pariah, that's a great question. Great question. So it depends on the type of noise, and it's very specific. And it's very specific in the sense that it's usually kids. It's not only kids, but it's usually kids. So a background movie is totally fine as long as I'm not trying to pay attention to it, because it follows a normal flow. Background rhythm of a crowd, that follows a normal flow. The specific thing, meaning things that follow an expected flow, whether it's, throwing on white noise in the background, whether it's listening to a movie, TV show, or having just a hum of a convention, that's all fine. The thing that throws me off so badly is the type of noise that my mind is telling me you're supposed to respond and engage to that. Like right now, his flow is not normal background flow and hum and buzz, nor is it a movie with a clear traction. It's the type of noise that my mind is telling me respond, engage. It's talking to you, but it's talking to them. And so that's the kind of thing. So most convention stuff, not a problem, but it will happen at the game table. If I'm trying to talk to that person at the game table and these two are talking to each other, that can drive me nuts. So it's mostly kids, not only kids. Conventions are totally fine though. Buddy, can you be a drop quieter? Like that whole conversation I had with you, I was like mentally blowing up inside my head. Anyways, I have 2 noisy cats. I use noisy cats and headphones with heavy rain noises playing all day. Is the only way I can work from home. Yeah, I get that. Although I don't think cats would bother me. I don't think so. I could be wrong. Being happy with oneself is key. Ties back to relatable versus appeasing many. Yep. And Alex just demonstrated he has one more turn syndrome. Oh, I do. Oh, I very much do. I hear falling off the plate and the head goes straight to Carnival Zombie. Why? Why is that? What is it about Carnival Zombie that has that? I don't know anything about that. Alright, we are closing in at 1:58, and I have to film my 2 back and not to back for now. It's actually not called 2 back and not to back. 2 back and not to back is the group video. Should you back it is the dedicated solo video. Does it matter? Not at all. So he just bashed us pretty hard. I want to make sure it's all good, but they're pretty strong acrylic sandies. Should it matter? It should not matter at all, but should you back it? So I will be filming that shortly, which means I will be closing this up. But thank you all of you for hanging around and tuning in. And we'll be back with more content, as usual. But until next time, which should you back are you recording? Nemesis. I'm doing Nemesis Retaliation. I'm going to hang up over here and then start that process and hope that I can get it done, because I'm on sick child duty today. So, the joys of working from home. Anyways, all of you, you're the best. Thanks so much for being here. Rafiki, you want to say goodbye to everyone?
Bye.
Yeah? Yeah? Okay. I'll see you all. And,